Hey there friends, it's Carly. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new here, and welcome to today's video, which is an April reset. And I'm probably going to say this every single month because this year is just going by so fast, but I cannot believe it is April already. I've had a very intense start to the year, but hopefully things just continue to get better and better as the months roll on, and I hope that for you guys as well. In today's video, we are cleaning, planning, setting goals, and talking all April books. So if that is something you're keen to see, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get into the video. We're actually going to start by rewinding back in time to this morning. Hunter at the moment is teething, and so he is very sooky and very upset. He woke me up at 3:30 and just wanted a cuddle before he could go back to sleep, and then was up again at 5:30 for his first feed. So at 6:30, rather than trying to get like half an hour's worth of extra sleep, I just decided that I was going to start my day. But I was in desperate need of like a little bit of a self reset before I could do all of the other life resets. After that, we're moving into some cleaning. I have done a big clean to the house in the last couple of days, so I didn't need to go in and do sort of any deep cleaning, but just wanted to do a few light chores or a few random things that I just haven't done in a while, or to create a bit of a cozy atmosphere around the house, particularly since it is a very gloomy, rainy day. We are getting all of the autumn feels happening at the moment.
Just where it was needed, gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces merge and change, but your face remains the same. Swallows will be here by dawn. When we're finally sober, We'll always remember how it felt.
Now I did set myself 3 goals for March. They were daily education or self-improvement, limit myself to 1 caffeinated beverage a day, and to sweat or stretch daily. And I made an entire video, which was the one before this one, talking about how I went with those goals and what I learned from them. But based on that and my experience, I've set 3 new goals for April, and these are kind of all around the theme of sort of autumnal, like slow living, sort of coziness. And the first one sort of relates directly to that. It is create a cozy moment each day. I love this idea of romanticizing your life. So the cozy moment might be a relaxing bath, lighting a candle, having a cuppa and reading a book, just something that really brings like an element of warmth and good vibes to your day. And then my second one is to either do some writing each day. So that might be like a daily journal, a gratitude, or writing down affirmations to really just create that positive mindset and have just a slow moment for myself. This would be a great thing to do in the morning if I happen to wake up before Hunter and things are nice and quiet around the house, or in the evening once he's gone down, I can take a moment for myself, maybe create a cozy moment while I'm doing my journaling. And then the third one is daily creativity. Now obviously I love to make YouTube videos. I don't necessarily need that to be something I'm doing every day. It could be taking photos, making TikToks, writing poetry. That is something that I like to do a lot. I used to be super into art and I would do a lot of drawing and painting. I haven't done that in so long, and I just don't know that I have the patience to get back into it, but poetry and any other sort of creativity would be really fun to set as a little bit of a challenge for April. So those are my 3 April goals. I'm going to whack those into my habit tracker. And if you are setting goals for the new month ahead, let me know down in the comments what's going to be your monthly theme, or what are you looking forward to achieving this month. Another thing I did was a little bit of a budget overview. I did this for February as well. I tracked my spending for 3 different categories, and that was sort of eating out, bills, and grocery shopping. So I've gone ahead and I've done my tallies for March as well, and this is what I found out. March budget is looking simultaneously both better and worse than Feb. So in terms of takeaway / eating out, I've decreased by about $60, but my grocery bill has gone up significantly. We've got $923 for the month of March versus $568 for February. However, I'm pretty sure I had to record my March reset routine without including my final February shop. So that figure probably isn't quite accurate, and you can probably add like maybe an extra $200 on top of that. So that would still only bring you to $768. As opposed to $923. So there's still a bit of discrepancy between those two. I do know in this figure, which is this wasn't one shop, this is a couple added up, that I did have 2 over $200 Aldi shops during March. So the middle aisle got the better of me that month. I need to be more strategic about avoiding some of those Aldi deals if I can. And then bills is virtually the same, but it is currently $50 less. I think I'm not going to bother doing bills when I do my April totals, because they're kind of just boring, and instead I might focus on like any additional spending that doesn't fit into the takeaway or groceries category, like things that I might buy instead, and I'll keep track of that. Now on to the book segment of the video. I read 2 books in March and I did quite like both of them. So the first one was Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Very easy, sort of romantic kind of read, and sort of fits in line with that enemies to lovers trope, which is very fitting since the main character is a literary agent, and she makes known, like at the start of the book, how her love life continues to fit all of these romantic tropes, where all of these city slicker guys that she dates end up going on a trip to find themselves away in the country and pick up like some cow maid or whatever and dump her for this other woman, and that's happened like 3 different times. And obviously there's this little bit of sexual tension going on between her and a editor, which obviously they're going to start off with, you know, they hate each other, they don't like anything about each other, but we can see where things are going here. Clearly they're going to come around and start seeing, you know, some good in each other. But, you know, easy read. Very quaint small town vibes versus New York City. So we've got 2 sort of different interesting settings. I did like it. I don't know necessarily whether I read it again, but I'm probably going to rate it at a 4 out of 5. So still a good rating. And then the second one was Can't Hurt Me, which is my non-fiction by David Goggins. Now, I was sort of thinking, I knew obviously this was going to be memoir / autobiographical, but I did think that there'd be more kind of inspirational / motivational messages in there that can kind of be applied to everyone, sort of like a bit more self-help, self-education. And in some instances there was like a little bit of that scattered throughout, but it was definitely more focused on his journey. So it wasn't quite exactly what I was anticipating, but nevertheless I did still really like it. I feel like his life story is super interesting, and also the things that he's gone through and challenged himself to do are super hectic. So it was very inspirational in that way. And I just really like his voice as well. It comes across as very authentic and interesting and personable. I don't typically read like a lot of autobiographies. I did try reading the Michelle Obama one maybe last year, and it was just way too dense and way too like specific about her life. And this, it's not necessarily that this breezes over it, but it's just a lot more approachable as a reader and a lot more interesting as a reader. So definitely would rate this one. I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. I don't know if I'd read it again, maybe, but yeah, I just found it really interesting, and I would recommend it to others if you are looking for something along those lines. Now, thinking about my April reads, I actually had a really lot of trouble picking out which books I was going to select. I was kind of hoping for something that would kind of give cozy autumn vibes, but I just didn't really have anything on my bookshelf that fit that criteria that I haven't already read. There are definitely things I have read that fit that criteria well, but I want to start nutting down some of the books that have been left unread for quite some time. So these 2 are 2 that I have left on the shelf for quite a while and I really just want to get to. And I chose both of them because they've got a very similar kind of cute pastel color scheme. The first one I picked out is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. It says on the back, Catalina Martin desperately needs a date to her sister's wedding, especially when her little white lie about her American boyfriend has spiraled out of control. Now everyone she knows, including her ex-boyfriend and his fiancée, will be there. She only has 4 weeks to find someone willing to cross the Atlantic for her and aid in her deception. New York City to Spain is no short flight and her family won't be easy to fool. But then when Aaron Blackford, the 6'4" blue-eyed pain in the ass, offers to step in, she's not tempted even for a second. Never has there been a more aggravating, blood-boiling and insufferable man, but Catalina is desperate, and as the wedding gets closer, the more desirable an option Aaron Blackford becomes. So this is kind of giving that enemies to lovers trope as well, but also kind of giving Holiday, if you've seen that movie, kind of giving that vibes as well. I'm sure that we can pick already, if you're not new to those romantic tropes, how that one's going to end out. But like, I don't mind. I do not mind like an easy, just like nice, funny, cutesy, predictable book. That is fine. And then the second one is The Mother-in-Law by Sally Hepworth. Everyone in this family is hiding something. You know, I like a little bit of more mystery. You may get to choose your partner, but you don't get to choose your mother-in-law. From the moment Lucy met Diana, she was kept at arm's length. Even after marrying Oliver, Lucy knew they'd never be close. But who could fault Diana? A pillar of the community, an advocate for social justice, the matriarch of a loving family. That was 10 years ago. Now, Diana has been found dead. There's a suicide note, but the autopsy reveals foul play, and everyone in this family is hiding something. A thrilling page turner about the trickiest of relationships. I'm definitely looking forward to this. You know that like the crime thriller is a little bit more up my alley as opposed to the romance, but I like to have a nice balance of the two. So these are my 2 April reads. I am a little bit intimidated about the thickness of this book, and the writing is quite small. I have been chugging along quite slowly on my reading. I've been using night times after Hunter goes to sleep to come in here, set a bit of atmosphere and get a chapter or 2 done. But some nights it doesn't happen. So I think I'm really going to have to get that going in April so that I can make it through both of those books in time. Well, that is going to wrap up my April reset routine. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. I upload new videos every single week. With that being said, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.